The Council mocked humanity's restraint. Until the reckoning began, humanity stood in the largest chamber of the Galactic Council. The chamber was shaped like a great circle, with thousands of floating seats that belonged to different alien races. The walls glowed with a soft blue light, and the floor seemed like a smooth mirror that reflected the entire galaxy. Every alien representative was watching the humans in the center. For many species, this day was just another meeting. But for humans, this was the day they officially joined the galactic community. Representatives from Earth wore simple dark uniforms. Nothing fancy, nothing threatening. They looked humble compared to the tall armored guards of other worlds or the floating noble chairs made of crystal. Humanity had waited for decades to be invited into this council. They came with polite smiles and peaceful intentions. They spoke about cooperation, trade, helping refugees, and exploring space together. They showed respect to every species. But the reaction they received was not respect, it was laughter. Many aliens whispered. Some laughed loudly. Others rolled their eyes or waved their hands in disrespect. Humans are a soft species, said a tall, green-skinned counselor with 4 glowing eyes. They fear war. They fear power. They fear using their own technology. Another alien, one with silver scales and a long tail, tapped the table in mock applause. They are too emotional, too peaceful, weak. The insult spread like a wave through the chamber. Humans did not shout back. They did not argue. They stood quietly, heads high, hoping patience would show their character. But even patience could not cover the deep pain inside them. Earth had survived terrible wars long ago. They had learned the hard way that power used without control could destroy everything. So humans had made a decision: never use their highest weapons unless there was no other choice. They believed restraint was wisdom, but to the Council, restraint looked like fear. Ambassador Maya Ree, leader of the human delegation, remained calm. She was a middle-aged woman with sharp eyes that had seen more history than almost anyone there. Her voice was soft but full of quiet strength. "We do not want conflict," she said. "We know the danger of war better than anyone. That is why we choose restraint." "And that is why we mock you," a counselor replied loudly, slamming its claw on the desk. A chorus of laughter followed. Maya took a slow breath. "Someday," she said gently, "you will understand." The aliens waved her off. The meeting moved on. The council discussed trade, border disputes, mining rights, and completely ignored humanity. Humans left the chamber feeling embarrassed but not broken. They still believed kindness would speak louder than arrogance someday. Years passed. Humanity worked hard to prove their worth. They sent peaceful research fleets to help other species. They built hospitals on alien planets. They offered energy and clean water to worlds in crisis. They saved lives wherever they could. Slowly, some alien civilians started to see humans differently. But the Council? They continued to laugh. Then one day everything changed. The Varick Dominion entered the galaxy's neutral zone. The Varick were a ruthless empire of warlike beings. Their ships were massive metal monsters that darkened the stars. They did not negotiate. They did not ask. They took. The Council was terrified. "We must surrender some territories," said one representative. "We cannot fight them," said another. "We must protect ourselves first," many agreed. The Varick demanded complete control of several border systems. Those systems held millions of innocent people, different species united only by fear. The Council voted to abandon them. Humanity voted no. Ambassador Ree stood and slammed her hand on the Council table. "We will not leave innocent lives to die. We will evacuate them." The Council laughed again, but this time their laughter was shaky, nervous. "Humans have no real army," someone shouted from the back. "You have no power," another voice added. "We have enough," Maya replied simply. Within days, humanity sent peaceful rescue fleets into Varick space. They did not fire weapons. They did not threaten anyone. They opened their ship's doors and called out, "If you need safety, come with us." Refugees filled the human ships faster than anyone could count. Families from many planets cried with relief as humans gave them food, water, and warm blankets. Human soldiers worked side by side with human doctors. They did not look like conquerors. They looked like protectors, and for the first time the galaxy paused its laughter. News spread across the stars. Humans help. Humans care. Humans risk their own lives for strangers. The Council still doubted them. The Varric did not. The Varric saw courage where others saw weakness. And they hated courage. They ordered every refugee safe zone to be destroyed. They announced humanity was now an enemy of the Dominion. The Council grew frightened. Some alien leaders begged humanity to surrender the refugees. "Do not bring war here," they cried. Humanity refused. Ambassador Ree sent one message to the Varric Dominion. "We will never abandon those we protect." The first Varric attack came fast. 10 warships entering the system where Earth had placed its largest refugee station. The alien ships fired instantly, ignoring every law and every treaty. Human rescue ships tried to shield civilians but had weak defenses. Damage spread quickly. Human captains sent messages back to Earth. "We cannot hold this line. They will break through." The Council did nothing. They watched in silence, expecting humanity to fall. Humanity, however, had prepared for this day long ago. Deep inside the Sol system, inside an ancient bunker hidden under Earth's surface, slept a massive defense network known as Project Aegis. It was the most powerful shield grid ever created by humans. It had been locked away for centuries, because humans feared what it meant to unleash such power. Now they had no choice. Earth came alive. Titan-sized satellites powered up. Energy beams formed invisible barriers strong enough to slice warships apart. The Varric reached the border of human space, and their fleet vanished from every radar, destroyed silently, instantly, no fire. No explosion, just gone. The Council saw the sensor data and panicked. What technology is this? Humans should not have this power. They hid this from us! If they have this, what else are they hiding? Ambassador Ree answered with steady eyes. We hid it from ourselves. We prayed we would never use it again. But if we must, we will protect every innocent life. The Council did not laugh now. They stared at the humans with fear and respect. For the first time, they wondered, had they misjudged humanity? But the Varric Dominion would not be stopped so easily. Losing one fleet only made them more determined to crush Earth. They sent a message across the stars. We will wipe out humanity and everyone they protect. Billions heard the threat. Billions trembled. Humanity did not tremble. Instead, they prepared. Ships launched from Earth's docks like a storm of steel wings. Soldiers trained with calm discipline. Engineers opened vaults filled with advanced technology long sealed. Doctors increased medical supplies for those who would soon need help. Maya Ree stood before the people of Earth. Cameras showed her face to every human, every refugee, and even to the Council members who secretly watched. Her voice was clear and strong. We do not seek war. We never have. But peace is not given, it is protected. The Varric believe restraint is weakness. Today we show them the truth. She raised her hand to the camera. Humanity will fight, not for power, not for glory. We fight because every life deserves safety. And we will win because we do not fight for ourselves alone. The galaxy listened. Every species who had once mocked humans now felt something new. Hope the Varric prepared their mightiest armada. Thousands of ships aligned in perfect rows, their dark metal reflecting distant stars, their weapons charged like burning suns. This would be the greatest invasion in the history of the galaxy. The target, Earth. Aliens everywhere watched in fear. Civilians prayed the humans could do the impossible. Council leaders argued and panicked behind closed doors. Some begged humans to surrender. Others said humanity deserved destruction for hiding their true strength. Humans ignored the fear. They focused on the mission. As the Varric Armada approached the Sol system, warnings echoed across human communications. Enemy fleet detected, largest force ever recorded. Soldiers strapped into their gravity armor. Pilots took their seats in silent fighter bays. Commanders ran final checks. All waited in perfect calm. Ambassador Ree looked through the window of the main defense station. Stars twinkled like quiet diamonds. She placed her hand on the glass. We wanted peace, she whispered. We begged for peace. Her eyes hardened with quiet fire. But peace has been denied. Behind Earth, the shield satellites glowed like awakening giants. Ships took formation. Engines vibrated with unstoppable force. Humanity was no longer the quiet newcomer. They were the storm. The invasion countdown began. The first Varric ships crossed into the system. The galaxy held its breath. Earth was a quiet world, From far away in the galaxy, it looked like a small blue ball with green land and white clouds, turning slowly around its yellow sun. The Galactic Council noticed it only because of old radio waves that traveled into space. Those signals were not strong or smart. They sounded like random music, strange noises, and loud celebrations. To the Council, Earth looked like a young planet with a young species that did not understand anything about the greater universe. So they laughed. The Galactic Council was a large group of many alien species. They had big cities floating in space, tall towers made of shining metals, and technology so advanced that they could travel between stars with ease. They had rules about who was allowed to join them. Only species who showed intelligence, respect, and order could become members. Earth did not look like that. Humans looked wild. Humans still fought each other sometimes. Humans still learned slowly compared to great civilizations that lived for thousands of years. So the Council decided Earth was too early, too weak, too loud. But Earth did not answer. The Council tried to send small messages. They observed Earth for many years. They waited for humans to reply. But humans stayed quiet. They said nothing. They sent no greeting, no message, no sign. The Council thought they understood the reason. They believed humans were too simple to respond, but the real truth was different. Earth stayed quiet by choice. A secret project existed far below the surface of the blue planet. It was called Silent Dawn. It was not controlled by one country. It was a hidden alliance between the best minds of Earth, scientists, engineers, military advisors, diplomats, and thinkers from every culture. They worked under one united goal: prepare Earth before revealing themselves to the galaxy. Humans knew the galaxy was listening. They saw the shadows of alien ships watching from far space. They understood they were judged as weak. So Silent Dawn built new technology in secret. They developed faster-than-light communication. They created new energy systems. They studied physics that even aliens might respect. Earth was quiet, but Earth was moving fast. One of the leaders of Silent Dawn was Dr. Hana Patel, a scientist from a peaceful city near the sea. She worked inside a large underground base called Deep Signal 1. Every day she listened to galactic communication lines. Every night she worked on improving Earth's translation programs. She understood silence was a strong tool. The longer Earth stayed quiet, the more the Council underestimated them. Her friend and partner, Commander Alex Rivers, was very different. He had a strong voice and always wanted action. He respected peace, yes, but he also believed humans must not let themselves be insulted forever, and the Council kept insulting. Every year they talked more loudly and more rudely about Earth. One day Dr. Patel and Commander Rivers sat in the Council monitoring chamber. A large hologram screen showed a meeting happening far away on the Galactic Council station, a city in the stars with millions of lights. On the screen, an alien named Vernak was speaking. He was from a species called the Kretal. They were tall with silver scales and long arms. Vernak had a loud voice and liked to insult others to show his power. The small planet called Earth still makes only noise, Vernak said. Primitive sounds. They cannot even create one clear message. They might never join us. Their species may need many more centuries before they become smart. The Council members laughed, loud and long. Some of them slapped their wings. Some shook their antennae, some thumped their tails. It was a galaxy of amusement, and their movies. Another alien added. So much noise, so much action. Humans cannot sit quietly. They have no dignity. More laughter. Commander Rivers clenched his fist. His face became red with anger. That is enough, he growled. Dr. Patel gently placed a hand on his arm. We expected this. We stay patient, Rivers shook his head. They think we are weak. They think silence means stupidity. Patel looked at the Council again. Then we keep working until we are ready. Our silence protects us, Rivers did not reply. But inside his heart a fire burned. Years passed. Silent Dawn grew stronger. Earth united more than ever before. Many weapons were replaced with research projects. Conflicts between nations reduced slowly, step by step. People started to share knowledge instead of fighting over it. Humanity learned from its old mistakes. Still, Earth stayed quiet. Still, the Council insulted. In one important meeting, the Council decided to give Earth a new name on the galactic maps. Category D, primitive and noisy. This label angered humanity. It was like calling them children who could never grow. But Silent Dawn convinced the world to stay patient. Not yet. Just a little more time. Humans developed a new memory storage device on extremely small chips with endless capacity. They created strong AI systems that could analyze every alien language. They mapped thousands of stars without leaving the solar system. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was preparing. In every school, children learned a new dream. Someday, Earth will speak to the galaxy, and the galaxy will listen. New generations grew with a silent fire inside them. Farmers looked at the night sky with hope. Students studied science with excitement. Inventors worked harder, faster, smarter. Artists imagined galaxies full of wonder. Humanity was growing in every way, but insults continued. 10 years after the first insult, the Galactic Council held a broadcast watched by thousands of species. It was a celebration of progress and discovery. Aliens showed new technologies and new ships. Leaders gave speeches about peace and unity. Then Vernock stepped forward again. He always enjoyed speaking loudly. And now, he said, let us talk about the planet that refuses to answer. The planet that sends only noise. The planet called Earth. The council members smiled cruelly. Earth is like a baby who screams but knows no words, Vernock continued. Maybe they want attention. Should we send them a toy? More laughter. The broadcast shared this joke across the entire galaxy. News channels began repeating the insults. Social media across alien planets made fun of humans. Some created cartoons that showed Earth as a small crying creature spinning through space. Commander Rivers watched the broadcast from Deep Signal 1. His jaw tightened. His heart pounded. His patience finally ended. He stood up and shouted, "We have waited enough." Dr. Patel looked at him with calm eyes. "Alex, think clearly." "Think clearly?" he replied. "They shame our world. They call our people stupid. They think we are nothing." "We know who we are," Patel said gently. "Their words do not change our strength." "But silence has a limit," Rivers said. His voice trembled with emotion. "They cannot keep stepping on us. Silence becomes surrender if we never speak." The room became quiet. Every scientist, every officer, every technician stopped working and listened. Rivers continued, "Humanity is ready. We stand together. We have built enough to show our place in the galaxy. Earth does not need to hide anymore." Dr. Patel looked at the faces around her. They were serious. They were determined. They were tired of waiting. She took a slow breath. Then she nodded. "Prepare the message," she said. A signal traveled through hidden satellites around Earth. It moved into a large dish on the dark side of the moon. It passed through a powerful network of quantum relays that humans had secretly created. It jumped from one system to another faster than light. In only 3 seconds, the signal reached the Galactic Council station. Every screen in the station turned dark. Every floating hologram disappeared. The lights on the walls flickered. Council members panicked, and this was impossible. No one could break into their communication system. It was the most secure network in the galaxy. A single message appeared in bright white letters. "We heard you." Gasps filled the room. Vernock fell silent for the first time in his life. Then a new message appeared. "Be careful when you judge a quiet world." The words were in perfect galactic standard. Clear, simple, and strong. The whole galaxy saw it. Billions of aliens stopped and stared at the message. News feeds exploded with confusion and shock. Who sent this? How did they break every network? How did they learn the language perfectly? The answer arrived at the bottom of the screen. Message from Earth. On Earth, humans cheered in Deep Signal 1. They hugged each other, tears in their eyes. Dr. Patel's heart beat with pride. Commander Rivers finally smiled. For the first time, humanity spoke to the galaxy. Not with fear, not with weakness, not with anger, but with calm strength. But they all knew this was only the beginning. The silence was broken. The galaxy was awake. Earth had finally spoken, and the Galactic Council would have to listen.